to know is if there were some words or terms that we should be eliminating from our daily word base right now. What are
Oh,
some of those things? And I know there's probably a lot, but I would love to know from your perspective, what are some of those things that we right now, society as a whole, we should be working really hard to eliminate them from our vocabulary?
so the first one that comes to mind is and we've already touched on it, but this assigned at birth versus born as a.
Okay.
Easy one to do because, someone was born as a boy, was assigned a boy or assigned male at birth. Another one that comes to mind, and this is broader. This is bigger. This is like, if 50 years from now I met someone from the future and one thing could change about their lexicon, this would be it. It would be, I would like to change the fact that we gender our children. Now, this is kind of, for a lot of folks, this is a really big idea. But there are a lot of folks who are implementing this in beautiful and effective ways, and just using they, them pronouns with someone until that child has the voice to express themselves. I know there's a lot of conversation and fear mongering around like trans kids right now, but let me tell you, after working with trans youth aged 13 and under for the last 4 years, and we just had our fourth camp, and after working with these kids, like I can honestly say that it is incredible what happens when parents just step back and let the kids identify as they will, even if that changes 6 times in a year and it drives you up the wall. It's a parenting sacrifice. Do it, because oh my goodness, the self-confidence that comes with being able to determine your own path is just beautiful.
Wow. That is, I have not heard that before. Heard that insight, and that's very powerful. And for you working, like directly with these youth and seeing the difference that that can make. I mean, what other proof do you need?
Right? I've had the opportunity to watch a number of our campers grow up into their gender, and I was actually just saying to one of the other people who leads the group that I am involved with, and we were just awed by the core being that is developed when you have a child who is allowed to self-actualize. And just in case anyone is watching this and wondering, well, like, what does that mean? Does that mean surgeries, or does that mean legal name change, or whatever? It doesn't have to. And for most kids, surgeons won't touch them until they hit 18.
Okay.
There are one thing that a lot of trans kids and their parents will pursue is puberty blockers, which almost defers a lot of the changes that would happen. And for me, and I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I've still got some facial hair here, right? So had I come out for me, it would have been super early, like 11, because my family is hairy. But had I been on puberty blockers, it would have saved me so much heartache and so much money,
Right.
as an adult, undoing a lot of that can be done. And the heartache is mostly learning to accept and live with that which can't be undone. And going through that process, that is huge. So I'm a big proponent of letting kids decide, and like parents getting out of the way. It's amazing what happens.
Wow. Katie, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing so openly and for creating a space with so much grace and compassion, and for the emotional labor that you undertook to share and educate us today, because I do want to acknowledge and recognize that this, we all need to do our own work and do our own research. And the fact that you took time and the effort and the energy to do this, I just want you to know how much I appreciate it and how much I appreciate you. So thank you so much for your time today, Katie. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, Jocelyn. And I just want to say, like, if, for me, again, like I said, this is a processing mechanism, right? This is a defense mechanism almost. But if an hour of my labor helps a couple of people get a leg up on doing less harm to the people around them and learning, and makes that learning easier, oh, that makes my heart sing, and I love it. So thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to you today, Jocelyn.
Thank you, Katie.